It was once the capital of online fitness.
Bodybuilding.com.
A $500 million empire.
My God, what? $500 million? I remember that this was a massive website in the 2000s.
Launchpad for legends like Z's, Greg Plitt, and Steve Cook. Bodybuilding.com didn't just sell protein, it built the culture.
They had a massive forum, yes. A lot of people that you know today as a influencer, Lane Norton, for example, from BioLane, I think he posted regularly on this website for years.
But today, the forums are gone.
What? Our forums are gone.
The brand a shadow of its former self. And most of Gen Z doesn't even know it exists.
Yeah, nobody knows this website anymore. It's kind of a boomer website, if I think about it. Only boomers know about this website.
So what happened? Was it the FBI raids?
What?
The deranged members? The wild forums that spiraled out of control?
This is the rise and fall of the greatest fitness empire the internet has ever seen.
Yeah, man, $500 million.
It all started with a teenager and a bold vision.
Okay.
The year was 1995. The internet, still called cyberspace, was just beginning to buzz.
But imagine 1995 and you are like thinking about making a website like bodybuilding.com. That's like so way ahead of everybody else.
Right now.
17-year-old Ryan DeLuca was an aspiring bodybuilder.
Okay.
He spent his days flipping through muscle magazines, chasing gains and chasing answers. And one supplement kept popping up, creatine,
creatine,
the fitness world's new obsession.
Research showed that creatine increased muscle performance by over 8%.
This creatine, this is from 1995, and today they are selling creatine gummies, trying to reinvent this.
But there was just one problem. You could buy it from the mall, but it could cost almost $100 a month, money most teenagers didn't have. So Ryan had an idea to buy the creatine in bulk and sell it online under the website
wholesalecreatine.com.
But the internet was still considered a bunch of hype to most.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that if I subscribed to something like internet, I would get hooked and I would never, spend time with my family.
What? So after no sign of any orders, he went to check the PO box one last time, and there was one piece of mail. It said, "There's so much mail for you. It's in a bag in the bag." Each month, the business grew. Word was spreading. Ryan was fulfilling orders from his bedroom, packing boxes by hand.
Well, where did he get the creatine from?
But he wasn't just trying to sell creatine. The vision was far greater. He wanted to build something that didn't exist yet. A one-stop shop for everything fitness.
Okay.
Not just supplements, but information, community, and identity.
But he was so much ahead of his time. Imagine this 1995 and this guy was thinking about selling supplements on a website. Most people didn't even know what the internet is. And this guy was just, okay, let's make this Omega website. That's crazy.
So he took a massive risk. At just 21 years old, he spent $20,000, his life savings, on a new domain name, bodybuilding.com. And with that bold move, he set out to build the supplement empire of the future. Now, the competition in the supplement industry was fierce, but he didn't see it that way.
We don't lose most of our customers to Amazon. We lose most people to the couch.
The obsession was doing what he could to help people become their best selves through bodybuilding. Each month, the team was expanding, and the business was growing, while bodybuilding.com was making a real impact on its fans.
What's up, everyone? Webbrass here. And today I'm going to start my cutting phase after a wildly successful 25-year bulking phase.
Okay. Yeah, bro. You bulked 25 years. Now it's time to cut.
I just cannot believe the outpouring of support from my son. You're actually saving my son's life.
Wow, okay.
From the incredible shrinking man to the wheelchair bodybuilder.
It doesn't matter for my...
But yeah, bodybuilding.com, today you are right. It's a long name, but you have to think, like this was 30 years ago.
Glass is half empty or half full. I'm just grateful that I have a glass.
Bodybuilding.com didn't just sell supplements, it inspired transformations.
Man.
Stop running from the potential of what you can be, guys. It's inside of you. It's always been there.
The before and afters went viral, racking up millions of views. But at the core of it all was one place, the forum.
Yeah, I bet the forum went out of control because people started to post about steroids and everything. 100%.
It would become the beating heart of the brand, uniting lifters across the world.
Wait, what? They tattooed themselves with bodybuilding.com? There's no way. I hope this is the owner or something of this shop, because otherwise, well, then again, this...
Uniting lifters across the world. Before the FBI raids, the trolls, and the fall of a digital empire, there was something sacred about logging in. While the forums gave lifters a voice, Shocks, the sponsor of this video, make sure you can still hear yours. In-ear headphones either make it hard to hear, or the transparency mode relies on the microphone, which isn't always accurate. This is why in-ear headphones are banned for safety reasons in most running races.
Really?
Whereas Shocks make ones that are allowed. Open-ear headphones help you hear the world around you. They're excellent if you're crossing roads when running, cycling, or just walking about outside and training. But for me, the main benefit is they help me avoid ear issues. As I found out, putting headphones inside your ear while sweating for long durations and then working all day isn't the most hygienic, especially if you often get ear issues like me. With Shocks open ear design, this isn't a problem.
How much are they?
They're far more secure.
I feel like the AirPods from Apple, they're way too expensive. I wanted to buy them, but I'm not paying $200 for a pair of in-ears. Like, come on.
And comfortable fit, so you don't have to worry about them falling out when you work out. I've brought their running specific ones in the past. However, I've since been using the new OpenFit 2 Plus, since it has better sound quality while still being an open ear model, making them better suited to listening to stuff for longer durations, while running, walking, and working out. They last up to 11 hours on a charge.
Okay, 11 hours, that's pretty good.
So much longer than most other headphones. So if you're a runner, cyclist, or just tired of putting damn plastic in your ears, check out Shocks for the link below. The Shocks 2 Plus have just released, and they're genuinely my favourite Shocks product yet. I'll keep the link in the description up to date, so you get the best possible deal. You'll be supporting your ears and this channel.
Good. This was I think one of the first really massive fitness influencers. Everybody talked about this guy. He was like Sam Sulek level.
We're all gonna fucking make it, bro. That's it.
The forum allowed users to share advice, crazy stories, and interact with each other. If you acted a fool, you'd end up with negative rep.
So this is like kind of Reddit.
While helping people would earn you positive rep.
I get rep
It
power.
was a wild mix of advice, support, and chaos.
Okay.
I got 99 problems, but a beta ain't one. I got 99 problems, but a beta ain't one. Come at me, Misk.
I'm traumatized by this.
A place where lifters from around the world would come together, share progress, and hype each other up. Sometimes a little too much.
Yeah, the Misk in 47 seconds.
Compliments like thick, solid, tight were thrown around. It was often unintentionally homoerotic, but completely sincere.
This is the official call out for Ziz and his crew. This is a body to kill for. This is aesthetics.
And of course, there were memes. Endless trolling, and moments that became internet legend. Like the time a user sent an email to Ronnie Coleman to ask if he was natural, to which Ronnie replied.
What? No way. What? He asked him? Okay, this was 2004. Hey, Ronnie, are you natural? Hi, I just wanted to ask if you're natural. Thanks, Gary. No, I take that dear cell tech.
No, I take that there cell tech.
Instantly, that there cell tech became the forum's go-to slang for steroids. There was also a time the user Chris C dropped the now iconic insult that would echo throughout gym culture for decades. Do you even lift?
Do you even lift?
And then there was Bad Boy 2.
My God, this was the originating of that? Do you even lift comes from bodybuilding.com. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
18-year-old who posted his photo asking, do I have potential? The
Okay.
forum responded by photoshopping him in every ridiculous situation imaginable. Doing the splits, getting grinded on,
nice.
and having his potential assessed by scientists. There was also the controversial thread, Operation Ghost Bulk, in
was
which a
that?
user broke up with his girlfriend
Okay.
for supposedly cheating, but they still lived together. So he began switching her way for mass gainer while documenting the progress. There was also the user.
No way, what? So he swapped out whey for mass gainer. Oh my God. Oh, that's rude.
By the name of Dreamer, who documented his aggressive bulking progress. This led to the term Dreamer Bulk, getting fat under the pretense of bulking.
But nothing came close to what many call the dumbest argument in internet history. A thread where bodybuilders seriously debated how many days are in a week.
Is it safe to do a full body workout every other day? I only have limited days I can get to the gym, and lately instead of doing upper body or lower body, I just do full body strength workouts. I'm trying to gain as much as I can without getting fat.
What started as a simple disagreement
8 times in 2 weeks, 4 times a week. In new times, 8 times in 2 weeks, 4 times a week. Genius. All muscle and no brains.
over a training split spiraled into a full-blown philosophical meltdown, spanning over 120 posts across multiple days.
Oh
It got
my
so out of
God.
hand, someone even made a documentary about it. It was titled fittingly, The Dumbest Boy Alive. Back then, the gym was still a niche world, and this was the biggest online
Yeah.
community for both entertainment and advice.
Someone says, well, I went to college too. I'm successful. I'm posting under a fake name because I have a lot to lose. That is his mistake. You do have a lot to lose. Body fat.
When I first joined as a 108-pound teenager, some guys convinced me that I needed to try something called GoMad, where you drink a gallon of milk a day to bulk up.
Oh my God, drinking milk many years ago was the shit as a bodybuilder. It was like, you have to drink milk if you want to get big. This was the thing, at least in Germany, in my area where I lived. You had to drink milk. Bro, you need to drink whole milk every day. I remember.
But the congregation of nearly 18 million gym bros did a lot more than just overload toilets.
18 million
Because
people.
soon, the chaos spilling out of the forum wouldn't just be memes and milk. It would catch the attention of federal investigators.
Yeah, because of steroids, right?
You know, the FBI would come into my office and say, hey, you guys have somebody on your forum that said they're going to kill the president and we need to get information on who this is.
What?
There were some unhinged members on the bodybuilding forum. While many were trolling, some were mentally unstable, with no better example than Elliot Rogers.
Elliot Rogers.
The sheriff of Santa Barbara, California, calls it a case of premeditated mass.
This is on CBS News. So this was on the mainstream television.
Mass murder. And a Hollywood filmmaker says his son was the gunman.
He was a frequent poster on the bodybuilding forum, sharing what people referred to as serial killer-esque videos and opinions.
You forced me to suffer all my life, and now I'll make you all suffer.
The trolling he endured online in the years leading up to a tragic ending didn't help matters. But in truth, it could have happened on any platform. Social media was a lawless place. Still, the cracks in the bodybuilding.com world were beginning to show long before that.
Okay.
One of the biggest blows came when the FDA launched Operation Raw Deal. Bodybuilding.com, the most trusted supplement retailer at the time, was investigated. Undercover agents purchased several products from the site and found they were laced with anabolic steroids.
Oh, okay. So they sold steroids, but knowingly or like undercover?
So in May 2012, Bodybuilding.com was fined $7 million, and its CEO, Ryan DeLuca, along with his brother Jeremy, were...
But how? Did they say, hey, this is whey protein, and then like it was some kind of like code behind something that meant this is testosterone, or how did it work?
personally fined $600,000 for selling misbranded drugs. It was a scandal that shook the fitness world, which wasn't helped by the fact that just a couple years later, scientists tested their supplements again. This time, it was their supplement of the year, after it was perhaps working a bit too well.
And they say they found a chemical in craze that is a cousin to methamphetamine.
Oh my God, meth? Holy shit, they put meth into their supplement?
But truth be told, this only encouraged more people to try it and buy it, before bodybuilding.com eventually recalled the product. This wasn't exactly shocking to gym goers. The bodybuilding.com site had a section dedicated to steroids.
Your child could easily get this information from a computer at your local library.
Well, it's not illegal to talk about it or write about it.
And I'm going to show you how, with just 3 clicks of a mouse, your child can find information on how to make steroids at home right in your kitchen.
The main responses to videos like this were, "Do you even lift, bro?" And "Your kids can also Google how to make a bomb. What's your point?"
Yeah, well, that's
But
kind of
most
true.
people, myself included, still chose bodybuilding.com over Amazon, not for the prices, but the information and the brand. Even if some supplements were sketchy, the value was in the information, the community, and the culture.
Despite the scandals, it remained the mecca of online fitness. Everything DeLuca had dreamed of. By 2014, it was pulling in nearly 500 million.
$500 million. This was 2014. Imagine, man, like with 21, you make a website that makes $500 million. That's crazy.
$1 million a year. So when it all came crashing down, many people never saw it coming. After a decade of building, DeLuca sold a controlling stake to Liberty Media for $100 million to secure his family's future. Liberty, a major player behind brands like QVC, took over. But DeLuca stayed on as CEO until 2015, when he eventually stepped down and announced his resignation. My passion was fitness and business, and all I wanted to do, night and day, was work on creating the kind of company that I'd want as a customer. I didn't really do anything for fun. I worked, and I loved nearly every single minute of it. That's when things began to shift. New management came in and ordered mass layoffs, aiming to restructure the company.
Yeah, that's what happens. The person that creates a company exactly knows what his customer wants, and then there comes new people. Probably they don't even lift. They have no idea about the fitness industry, and then they think like, oh yeah, you know, let's do something that worked in the retail business, so now it will work on the bodybuilding.com as well. This is what happens, and they have no fucking idea what they're doing, and they go bankrupt.
Company for profitability.
It seems to have been a rough day here at the company's headquarters, with employees finding out that they no longer have a job.
Employees and customers alike began to feel a shift. One longtime photographer recalled, they stopped going to shows, figured everybody already knew who we were. The content lost its spark, payments to ambassadors became unreliable, and the free programs were moved behind a paywall. The focus felt less like community and more like profit. Directionless, the brand changed hands multiple times, until in 2022, it landed with someone you might recognize.
I just bought...
My God, really? The Mr. Knowledge.
Bodybuilding.com, 9-figure e-commerce business.
Yeah.
Here in my garage.
Bodybuilding.com's market share diminished, but for many, the final nail in the coffin was an email sent out on September 19, 2024.
Where are they now?
The forum was suddenly shut down. Old links now lead to a message. We're building new ways to connect our global community. Meanwhile, DeLuca moved on, co-founding a virtual reality gym startup.
Nice.
Maybe bodybuilding.com's decline was inevitable, caught between Amazon, social media, and a shifting market. Maybe better monetization could have saved it. Recent articles suggest they have plans to relaunch with a multi-year strategy.
Will this work though? Like relaunching a forum? Maybe, but you have Reddit. Well, the bodybuilding Reddit is not that great. I also think it's dead, but still. Well, maybe it will work, I don't know.
To become the #1 source for health and fitness once more, which would be great to see. But Ryan's edge was never marketing tricks. It was a genuine passion to build something with the community.
He was the founder and he had passion for this. He knew what he was doing.
One of the #1 ways that humans adhere to new things or start new habits is through their social communities, you know, the norms that are around them.
Bodybuilding.com wasn't just a place to buy supplements. It was where millions of people took their first step, where awkward beginners asked dumb questions, and strangers actually helped. The forums are gone. The site isn't what it used to be, but bodybuilding.com helped shape a generation. That community might not exist in one place anymore, but the mindset and
we commit to changing lives to become our best selves, okay?
legacy it built lives on.
Hey man, you ready to get deep? Well, let's begin then.
Do you even lift?
I'm not saying you're dreamer bulking.
So yeah, I decided to start training.
Trend. Now you will say, motherfucker.
Guess who I'm doing an ad here not on? None other than the President of the United States, Donald Trump.
Really? He did that? Great video.